Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about Trump's economy and what's next. There's a whole lot of economic news, and we're going to go over it. But I got a question I think should be answered to start off with. Quote, half the business headlines are predicting recession, and the other half are saying not to worry about recession, but inflation is coming back. So, over the last few months, we've talked a few times about something called stagflation. That's where there is no or low economic growth. So, we're in recession or right on the line. And there's high inflation and high unemployment. Those things don't normally exist at the same time. We've talked about all the indicators and warning signs, but we forgot one. The biggest indication that stagflation might be on the horizon is economists arguing about whether to worry about recession or inflation. Economists see two of three main conditions for stagflation coming. The third is high unemployment. Maybe now isn't the best time for a bunch of government layoffs all over the country. Okay, so now on to the news. One of Trump's economic advisors says he thinks, quote, what's going to happen is the first quarter is going to squeak into the positive category, and then the second quarter is going to take off as everybody sees the reality of the tax cuts. That seems incredibly optimistic. The tax cuts will primarily benefit people who haven't reduced their spending yet. Remember the headlines about the rich driving the economy? They're already spending what they want to. I'm not sure these tax cuts are going to be the boost to the economy he sees. The Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta's GDP Now tool currently projects negative 2.4% for the first quarter. The stock market was hit hard yesterday. At open today, the Dow was down 6% over the last month. The S&P 500 was down about 7.5%, and the Nasdaq was down more than 11%, still in correction. A lot of this could be attributed to Trump not really answering whether he thought there would be a recession this year. Those who aren't pointing to Trump's non-answer about the economic future of the country are pointing to his tariffs, to include Republican Senator Rand Paul, who said, quote, the stock market is comprised of millions of people who are simultaneously trading. The market indexes are a distillation of sentiment. When the markets tumble like this in response to tariffs, it pays to listen. In other words, the economy cares about your feelings. The main problem Trump seems to be running into is that his rhetoric for his base doesn't actually make any sense economically. So, investors have to watch his actions and offhand comments. His actions are erratic and create uncertainty, and his offhanded comments have left people expecting a downturn. Remember, the economy runs on faith. If a lot of investors expect a downturn and act like one is coming, it will. Adding to his uncertainty is China imposing tariffs on U.S. agriculture and Canada imposing surcharges on electricity. We're likely to see some ups and downs in the overall economic picture, but it seems to be trending down. The economy is a lot like a train, and there aren't many tracks left to switch onto before we hit a downturn. We're going to try to start getting some more proactive information out about what you can do to deal with the fire hose of bad news that just seems to keep coming. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.